by a left hook, bang on the chin. I mean, you have to say Cotto is taking the punch as well, so we can't say he has a bad chin. This fella must really be a tremendous puncher.
Unlocking holes, though, in the Miguel Cotto makeup, which I'm sure will be good news for all the rival light welterweights in this buzzing, red-hot 10-stone division. The WBO champion Cotto, but tonight only just as we enter the 6th round. Both have been down, both have been hurt, and Cotto has had a terrible second and a terrible 5th.
Yeah, and one of the problems, as I say, is the fact that his punches do not seem to trouble Torres. He's been landing cleanly, he's been landing regularly, but apart from the body shots, he hasn't really troubled Torres.
Aims one in that area. Cotto. There have been so many upsets this year in boxing. Felix Trinidad beaten, Kostya Tszyu, Eric Morales, Bernard Hopkins. Is Miguel Cotto going to become the next?
Well, I mean, full credit to Cotto. The amount of times he's been shaken, you would think he would go on the defensive a little bit, but no, he's back trying to force the action again. But I wonder if he's struggling at the weight, have his own punches lost a little bit of a snap.
Yep, that's an open secret about Cotto dragging himself down to the 10-stone limit. He looks physically huge in there, and one or two of these are getting through to Torres, and the tide's turning again. This is thrilling for the fans.
But it's the fact that Torres can turn things around with one single punch. He's done it several times.
The skills and ability are with Cotto, such an exceptional amateur and very, very talented professional, but chinks in the armour.
Without a doubt, but you see here when he uses the short, straight punches, especially the jab, he's not countered. Torres doesn't have any answer to it. It's when he stands his ground and trades hooks, that's when he's run into trouble. Wants to break him down with the jab, followed by the right hand. I mean, he's in a division where massive money can be made. Again, that's a good right hand.
Right hand floors Torres, having been caught himself. Cotto, big punch. Torres down again. But there's only 5 seconds left in the round. Looks like he'll make it through. Unbelievable fight. Really, really thrilling, watchable, and exciting. That was a big one, though, Jim.
Yeah, that's the first time that Cotto has really hurt Torres to the chin. It was a beautiful punch, it landed bang on the chin. Thankfully for Torres, it happened right at the end of the round. I wonder how much that has taken out of him.
Down 3 times now. Ricardo Torres. One may have been the result of a low blow, but this one seemed to have an effect after he'd had a good spell.
Yeah, so that was a beautiful punch. Caught him bang on the chin, caught him with his head in the air a little bit. And the first time he's really been shaken to the head.
Second half, WBO light welterweight title scrap battle. Terrific tussle. Both men giving their all. Right hand from Ricardo Torres. And again, Miguel Cotto looked open, and he's going to go for it, the Colombian. Hurt at the end of the 6th, but he's trying to outblast Cotto here.
I cannot believe with his experience, he keeps doing the wrong thing. He keeps standing his ground, trading. This fellow is a far more dangerous puncher than he is. Why does he not cover up, use his experience?
A Can't remember a world title fight in recent times that has taken so many twists and turns. Both men have been on the verge time and time again.
I mean, Cotto, hand it to me, has shown the qualities of a champion here, but so reckless.
Well, that left hook got through, and now the champion once again looks in charge as he pumps out the jab, and there's a more dispirited look to Ricardo Torres. But you just can't count him out of this.
Again, we see when he uses straight punches, in, get the damage done, back out again, he has everything under control.
Looks tired now, though. Torres has to go down, fourth time, head on the canvas, as if he knows that might be it. He could be knocked out here. He's going to struggle. The count's at 8. He's not going to make it. It's over. What an unbelievable comeback win for Miguel Cotto in an absolutely terrific tussle. There's his father, Miguel's father, at ringside, and Evangelista, his uncle. They're all congratulating him, and finally his class and power proved just that bit too much for Ricardo Torres, Jim, in another extraordinary fight that you've got to say is one of the fights of the year.
That was a wonderful fight, the best fight I've ever seen Miguel Cotto in, and if you ask me what emotion he's feeling at the moment, I think most of it will be relief, because he was in serious trouble tonight, shaken. We lost count of the times he was shaken, but he showed the qualities of a true champion. He stayed in there, didn't alter his tactics when I thought he should have done. Ground out a result. Eventually, I think Torres had just nothing more to offer. He'd given everything he had. A couple of times victory was well within his grasp. Didn't quite get there, and eventually the fight was just punched out of him. Lot to criticise Cotto about tonight, but an awful lot to praise him for too.
I mean, more than once, he was surely 1 or 2 punches away from losing his title, and all at stake, really.
Yeah, and so alarming that every time he landed cleanly, Cotto was in trouble. He was shaken, and he had to back off. When he should have been covering up, he fired back, but that's what made it such an exciting fight. That was a wonderful fight. Have to feel a little bit sorry for Torres here, but let's be honest, he has pushed himself into the mix now.
Ladies and gentlemen, the end comes at 1 minute 52 seconds of round number 7. The winner by knockout victory, and still the undefeated WBO light welterweight champion of the world, Ricardo, Puerto Rico, Miguel Cotto.
Miguel Cotto retains his WBO light welterweight title, the hardest fight he's ever had. Amazing to watch, 5 knockdowns, 7 thrilling rounds. And
round of applause, ladies and gentlemen, for the game
we just can't believe it.
That was totally unbelievable. I did not expect ever to see Miguel Cotto in that kind of fight. I thought he was too skillful, he was too skilled, but it's as though he wanted to do this the hard way. He set up the tactics in the first round, whether they were right or wrong or whatever, he stuck with them all the way through, and they proved successful in the end. What a tremendous battle that was.
Huge credit to Ricardo Torres for coming in and putting up such a fight and being so close to taking the world title away. The WBO belt from Miguel Cotto. And there will be shockwaves sent around the light welterweight division. And Ricky Hatton and Floyd Mayweather and Carlos Miles are all thinking maybe they now can be the one to beat Miguel Cotto, but he showed why he's champion and why he's quality.
Ask him, Ricardo, when's the last time he was in a fight as intense as this one?
En mi vida había tenido una pelea tan intensa como esta. Es la primera vez que me derriban a la lona. Es la primera vez que tengo una pelea tan ruda, tan fuerte como esta.
First time in my life. It's never happened before. Without a doubt, I've never been on the canvas before, so something new.
Well, you know, this is a substitute opponent, supposed to fight Gianluca Branca. He fell out. You chose to fight this guy. What did you know about him? I know you fought him as an amateur. How much better is he now than he was when he was an amateur?
Hemos mejorado mucho, tanto él como yo. Hemos mejorado en grande. Estos 5 años no han pasado en vano. Es un gran peleador fuerte, pero supe meter mis golpes a tiempo.
Without a doubt, we both improved over the last 5 years. I think we showed we're true professionals, but, you know, I've gone a little further than he has.
How badly were you hurt in the second round when he knocked you down?
No. Fuerte. El knockdown no fue producto de un golpe. Sí estaba medio oído, pero no, me empujó, pero sí me impactó fuerte.
When I went down, I wasn't that hurt. He pushed me, but the first round, he really hurt me. I was really hurt.
Is he the hardest puncher you ever fought?
Sí.
Okay, so what's next? C means yes. Bob Arum says 2006 is going to be a big, big year for you. You're ready now to take on the Floyd Mayweathers, the Ricky Hattons, you know, all the top guys in the division.
He's here, ask him.
Why don't you tell us?
Absolutely. He's ready for anybody. He has a tremendous heart. He's got to be a little bit more patient and not walk into these shots. But nobody can beat this guy.
Well, he made it. Coming soon to Sky Sports, live. Diego Corrales against Jose Luis Castillo. It's the rematch of the fight of the year so far. It's coming in the early hours of Sunday, October the 9th. But this was also pretty unforgettable. How close Miguel Cotto has come to defeat. Ricardo Torres surely exposing some Cotto weaknesses here. Others will be watching too. But somehow Cotto did come through it, come back and turn it round. What a fight, what a test. But he has retained his WBO World Light Welterweight title. It was reckless, it was exciting. Was Cotto good? I can't work it out.
What a breathtaking fight from both of them. Cotto's attitude to the fight was, at times he shows excellent discipline. This time he showed pure lunacy. He should have been patient, took his time, but he almost threw it away.
We loved it, Nicky, but he was living so dangerously in this fight, wasn't he?
I think the point is he's great at what he does, you know. He's a destructive fighter going forward. He only knows how to go forward. And yet the frustrating thing is I think he's got the ability to box in different ways. A terrific jab. I don't think he's got the boxing brain to do it, though.
But yeah, maybe it's all coming together little by little.
Yeah.
Previous nights he was criticised for being a slow starter. At the very start of this,
Yes.
from the off, he wasn't a slow starter.
No, well, exactly, went forward very fast. But I don't...
But too recklessly.
Well, exactly, that's the point. I don't think he's a slow starter. I just think he's reckless throughout his career. It's just in the beginning of the fights where he's set up.
Look, nice and easy.
His opponents have strength in the beginning of the fights, and, you know, he's really fast here. Terrific left hook starts that.
I thought from the off he underestimated Torres, and that was his main problem. His attitude was...
He'd met him in the amateurs.
Yes, he met him in the amateurs. He thought, this is going to be easy. He's got an excellent record. I'll walk this kid down and
Soon
walk
changed,
straight into
didn't
a shot. He was so open to the left hook constantly, and Torres showed that, and he showed serious cracks in Cotto's armour. And it only through the determination of a champion, what he is, that he stuck it out. But if this fight was any other way around, the opponent would have got stopped.
Exactly, that's a good point. But I think he underestimates every one of his opponents. He's supremely confident, and I think that's a mistake. He has to be aware that other opponents, world class, have it.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with being confident. There's something wrong with being really stupid.
Overconfident.
And today he was being really stupid.
To that point, Jim was saying in commentary, he's doing everything wrong. He did impose himself thereafter, but again, it was marginally legal at best, wasn't it, the way he went about it?
Yeah, he's always been this sort of fighter, and a lot of the South Americans are, you know. The low blows are rife in the game. That was
surely,
you know, really a low blow.
But in that round, he'd actually threw 4 low blows, but was only penalised for 2.
Yeah.
And in reality, he should have at least had a point taken away. That was to break up Torres' concentration. If you do that and you can get away with it, it works.
And it did work for him.
It worked for him. It broke him. It broke his heart.
And, you know, when he gets the other man going back, however he achieves that, then it starts to look like the old Cotto, doesn't it?
It does, but again, that's when he's vulnerable himself, you see, and you know, you can tend to walk on punches, but going forward, he is superb.
The dangerous thing for Cotto was whenever he had Torres in trouble, that became dangerous for him. Torres reminded me of a Julian Jackson. Once you got in range, he'd catch you with an excellent shot.
And Nigel Benevold, he'd go back on the ropes and land a big left hook.
So he should have covered himself.
To this point, it was shaping up like Kelson Pinto, Randall Bailey and DeMarcus Corley. Early success against Cotto, and then Cotto takes over. And it looked like it would happen again. and then it started to go wrong again.
Exactly.
Why?
He's careless. He's quite slow in defence. You know, he's brilliant going forward. Defensively, he's weak, and against a big puncher like this, of course, it only takes one shot to start the downfall. And again, rocked badly, and how he never went over here, you know, it amazed me. He actually has a good chin. He's got a poor defence, I think.
But you know what, as a champion, you've got to give him that grace, and that's probably why the referee didn't stop it when he could have done on various occasions, because he thought, you're champion, I'm going to give you a bit of leeway here. What I wouldn't give an average opponent.
Confidence
in the champion.
And like the champion, you know, he was in a fight here, and he did finally get it done.
He did, and he's destructive. Again, even when he's on the back foot, he wants to go forward all the time. And, you know, this was a terrific punch. And at that point, you saw, I think, that in the face of Torres, he'd had enough. And I think mentally, he knew that he was near the end.
He's shone with class in little spits and spurts, and that always broke Torres' heart. But the finishing shots, Torres knew. You know, you wouldn't get up close to a guy that's never gone past 6 rounds, knocked everybody out inside 3. Cotto did that, and that was the silly thing that he was doing in this fight. He should have boxed clever, kept it long, after 6, step it up. He got involved in a fight, he made it an easy job, pretty hard.
Well, some critics have gone as far as proclaiming that unbeaten Samuel Peter is the next coming, the modern George Foreman, the Mike Tyson-esque fighter who brings that potent mix of fear and power into the ring. Or is that way overboard in this lean period for heavyweight boxing?
Wouldn't it be wonderful, the heavyweight divisions in the doldrums at the moment? Wouldn't it be nice? A heavyweight in his mid-20s, 21 KOs and 24 wins, who's going to inject a little bit of excitement into the division. Is he the real deal, or can he just do it up to a certain level?
Make or break. Crossroads night for the former WBO heavyweight champion Vladimir Klitschko, once seen as the heir apparent to Lennox Lewis's throne after a string of top contenders failed to deal with his huge jab and stinging power. But his reputation was shattered, blitzed by South African Corey Sanders, and then he fell apart against Lamon Brewster. The ability's obvious. Is this about whether he's psychologically still the same force?
Yeah, I think the big problem about Klitschko, both his chin and his condition have let him down in different fights, and he's been stopped.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, Duva Boxing K2 Promotions, Top Rank Incorporated.